Hey, what's up, players? Calypso from Summoner's War here, and just some quick updates to share with you. Com2uS finally had a rune removal day recently, and I was so happy because I finally got my Chitsune violently runed, and she's done me proud so far. Very, very Chitsune. Her violent procs, I feel like they're not as OP as Veromos' violent procs, but I also got Veromos some a decent speed rune for slot 2, decent defense rune for slot, what's this, 6? Yeah, slot 6. And, I'm just not a fan of HP Veromos, because he's just not tanky enough for me, Like, defense is his strength. That's what players should be focusing on. Sure, there might be a bunch of monsters that ignore defense, but his HP just isn't up to par, and that's why I went with defense for slot 6. So, great news for that rune removal day. Also have an army of Angelmons now because of that Angelmon event that happened recently. So whenever I get like 1-star monsters that are trash, I just feed them to my Angelmons. And finally, what we're going to do today is check out the new Rift opening. This is like a teaser to the Rift of Worlds. I feel like this is just the tip. Com2uS is giving us just the tip for what's to come, which is an ultimate opening of the Rift of Worlds. If Rift of Worlds is as epic of an update as Com2uS has been letting us to believe, like, it's been here for years, apparently, it's ever since the beginning of the game, and all these other levels around this area are pretty epic. Like, Kairos dungeons have giants, dragons, a bunch of other levels. Trial of Ascension is freaking 100 floors times 2 for the 2 difficulty levels. That's a lot of content. So I feel like Rift of Worlds is going to be a pretty big update, and this is just the tip. So we're going to try out and enter just the tip of Rift of Worlds today. And the best way, and my succubus is actually OP, so I'm going to take her out. The best approach for me to use this, and I'm actually really happy for this release, because in the mornings, I don't really have much time except when I like take a dump or something to play the game, and so this is great because I can spend a whole bunch of energy at once while taking a dump or on auto, and I can have all my energy spent before I even go to work. So this is great. This is a great update for me. But the best approach for entering this Rift of Worlds teaser is to have a carry monster. For me, it's Lumericia. So I bring my carry monster and 4 other food monsters or other monsters that I want to level. That's what I just did. Lumericia is my carry, and I have like 4 monsters, 3 of them already died, that I want to level up. So with this approach, it might take a little bit if your carry is like not that strong or is kind of slow at finishing levels. Like Lumericia pretty much finishes levels based on continuous damage, so that takes a little bit of time, but guaranteed 100% success rate, bunch of experience on hard mode, 100% success rate no matter what difficulty. So that's why I'm bringing her. I probably could have brought maybe Copper, because I recently built him up with vampire runes. But that's the essential approach you want to follow, and you can see she's doing pretty well. She is just gonna solo the rest of this. So I'm just gonna fast forward to the boss stage because it's like Giants in that it has 5 levels, and each time the Rift changes the dungeon. So right now I think this is like Mount Runar Dimensional Rift. So it takes monsters from Mount Runar and adds them, sprinkles them throughout the level so that you get the full flavor. And then the boss is usually, it's not the boss of the Mount Runar dungeon, but it's like an OP version of a mob that's found in Mount Runar. So I think every day the Rift is in a new dungeon, and so you get a wide variety of monsters to choose from, and they're actually not super strong. Like, as you can tell, like, they're level 40, but they're not OP. So the purpose of this is to lower the time spent grinding for various players. There's a limit to how often you can do this, though. It's 3 times per day, and I usually do it all 3 times. Like, I rarely get the chance to save up Rift crystals, because for me this is just a really convenient way to level up, especially if you've got like a day job or something like that during the week, like me. So that is really helpful. I really like this update, and we're getting towards the end, and I know that Lumricia is just going to solo the next level, so I'm just going to fast forward to the boss stage so that we can see what the boss looks like. Okay, I kind of cheated a bit. I thought that by pressing boss battle on manual that it would automatically stop, so I was away for a bit. So I kind of cheated. I kind of went ahead. But here's the boss stage. Like I said, it's essentially a more OP version of a monster that's commonly found in the main dungeon of, Mount Runar, for example, in this case. There have been Faimon rifts, there have been Faerun Castle rifts, so this is just another rift in another dungeon. I've actually noticed that they're usually in the endgame dungeons, meaning Faimon and above. They're usually not in the beginning dungeons. So as this level is finished, you'll see how much experience these monsters get, and it's quite a bit. I mean, it's quite a decent amount of experience. I'm sure at least one of my monsters will level up ridiculously, especially the bounty hunters, because I'm in need of some 3-star and 4-star food monsters, and this bounty hunter is just, see, like, look at look at that XP bar. Look at that. That XP bar just went nuts. It just pew 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 just leveled up like 6 times or something. Let's see how many times he leveled up actually. Let's see. Bounty hunter. Yeah, he just went from level 1 to level 8 in just one run. So that's crazy. This is great. This is a great value of experience per time. And if you have an XP boost and you have a bunch of energy saved up like I do in my bank, like this is a ridiculous amount of energy. Like, I just haven't had time to play this that much recently, especially this past week. But if you have a bunch of energy saved up and you have an experience boost, or they have a double XP event for, like, say 1 hour or something, the limiting factor is not energy. The limiting factor is time. So you want to get as much experience per time as possible. And that's where these dimensional rifts are really helpful, because you can just get a bunch of energy, spend like 90 energy, or maybe even save up crystals or something. Maybe that's what I'll do, is over the next 2 days, I just won't use my dimensional rift crystals, and I'll just save them up, and I'll use that experience boost, and then just boom, 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 like do it 9 times or something, and then I'll just get a crap ton of experience and level up my monsters. So maybe that'll be a strategy. But anyways, so that's Dimensional Rifts. Great update in my opinion. Some people are hating on it, like, oh, what Com2uS is like Jewing us out or something, but those are just haters. Haters gonna hate. But for a lot of people, this is a great update. You can strategically use this update for double experience events by saving up your crystals and whatnot. So great update. Anyways, that's it for now. Talk to you later, guys.